Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SPASRO. Subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. If your birth on this zodiac sign, kindly comment your name, so let them other know about it. Let other connect with you. For personalized horoscope or astrology report, contact us by email, which we provide in the description. Format to send us an email: your name, date of birth, month of birth, year of birth, time of birth, location of birth, with country and full-size photo view. Check description for the updated offer and payment for services which we provide. Today we are going to see about secret of Virgo gay and lesbian compatibility, Virgo man and Aries man. Initially this is not in clean or smooth healthy, and may not be for every Aries or each Virgo. However, in case you work at this courting, it may pay massive dividends for both of you. Your temperaments are completely contrary. You're impulsive and competitive, even as your Virgo is conservative, practical and in some ways timid. It's additionally genuine that they're very sensitive, however it's in highbrow as opposed to emotional sensitivity, and therefore one you can better relate to, admire, and most of all fix damage from. You're a totally competitive and passionate man or woman, with little tolerance for details or boredom, and you like to be in control. Your Virgo, however, prefers to take a backseat in recognition on matters, which includes efficiency and info. Pretty a great deal the whole thing you hate, they excel at, and vice versa, making for a super suit if you can stay at the same page. Virgo man and Taurus man. Taurus Virgo is mostly a awesome dating. You percentage many values and goals with this companion, and could understand each different intuitively, even as sharing the same respect for obligation and productiveness. This is a reliable and constant accomplice, similar to yourself yet extraordinary enough in lots of key areas to keep matters interesting. You'll come to like your Virgo's rapid and organized mind and smart humor, while they'll appreciate your dedication, staying power and electricity of character. You praise every different very well as a crew on this. Appreciate Virgo man, Cancer man. You're both very hard-running, although for slightly distinctive reasons. You like to amass protection for a wet day, whilst your Virgo has an intrinsic want to be productive. The end result is equal, and you will come to recognize every different in this vicinity. You're at the same web page financially, each who prefer to spend conservatively, and each have a first-rate appreciation for the house, often preferring to stay in instead of going out to party. On the negative aspect, you each can be somewhat vital at instances, and this will lead to nagging and a few inflammation. You both also tend to fear lots, and might have trouble offering lots help to each different. Virgo man and Leo man. This dating is possibly to be very smooth to start with, while your Virgo is showering you with interest. On the floor, Leo Virgo makes a superb couple. Your ambition and enthusiasm collectively with your partner's sensible nature and clean wandering. You'll inspire them to have amusing, while still assist stabilize and prepare your existence. A super group. You'll simply be proud of this companion, who's always well-groomed, and always has something humorous to mention. You're carefree, whilst they frequently take duty, responsibility and tough work each critically. You can assist them step lower back and let their hair down, where they in any other case would not. Where the problem arises is that you're each professional organizers. Your method is particularly to bend humans for your will, while your Virgo prefers a extra reserved and intellectual technique, always calm in a crisis and reserved in shipping. This is a resourceful and prepared partner, not to be underestimated or bossed round, no matter how outwardly reserved they will seem. Virgo man and Virgo man. From an performance point of view, this healthy rankings a 10. However, extra than most others, it highlights the want for inefficiency in love, ardor, a laugh, romance. Those are inefficient, nonsensical and often even reckless activities, which may be spoiled by using too much analysis. The principal hazard in this healthy is that you're both too sensible and analytical. You'll understand each different absolutely. You're both perfectionists, both may be workaholics, both are very realistic, each quite organized and methodical. You both talk nicely, you are each unswerving and straightforward, both have a tendency to be pretty frugal, neither of you are very competitive, you both need to be effective. Virgo man and Libra man, both of you are analytical in preference to emotional, and you're both good communicators, who prefer a rational and goal fashion. Both of you opt to avoid war of words where viable, so differences may match unstated and purpose resentment in preference to knock down fights. You like to be effective whilst your Libra is a lot greater secure. One large difference on this dating may be this conflicting interest in work as opposed to play. Sometimes you are probable to see your associate as flighty, indecisive or lazy, whilst they see you as too extreme, a stick in the mud or maybe a workaholic. Along similar lines, you're methodical and specific, even as your associate is carefree and reckless with the aid of your standards. You're inclined to be a pessimist with the aid of nature, even as your partner is greater positive. Virgo man and Scorpio man, you'll admire your Scorpio's self-belief, strength and stubbornness, and discover yourself trusting them easily. You'll locate your Scorpio can understand what you're feeling and questioning without a great deal effort, and this works thoroughly for you. Your Scorpio loves to be on top of things of according, and you want thoughts that as they permit you masses of private space on the identical time. Scorpio is an emotional signal, and trying to parent them out with common sense does not constantly get some distance. Every time you suspect you are getting close to doing so, that you'll find a new layer of detail. You may also want to surrender in this early. Virgo man and Sagittarius man, intellectually this is a super fit of rapid and clever minds. Conversation between you'll by no means be stupid. Both of you are analytical in place of emotional, and you are each accurate communicators, preferring a rational and goal style. You're both tremendously impartial and may be wary of commitment with the incorrect man or woman. You're each very adaptable and open-minded. It's possible you probably did thoroughly on a friendships or informal degree, and in many respects that is a relationship, so that it will likely do high quality until you live collectively. Once you start living together, but your differences will begin to come to be loads more apparent. You're careful and reserved, at the same time as your companion is outgoing, adventurous, spontaneous and passionate. While you really admire those tendencies, you could experience their basic and excessive amount of an extrovert to deal with very easily or end up very secure with. Virgo man and Capricorn man. Virgo Capricorn is one of your very satisfactory suits along Taurus, and one that very frequently has soulmate ability. Your tendencies are similar, sufficient that you may intrinsically apprehend every different, but distinctive enough to usually be interesting. This is also a companion who you are very likely to locate each physically and mentally attractive. Just as some relationships drain your self-worth, this is one that allows you to boom it. This is a companion who will continuously inspire you, and continuously approve of the methodical precision you carry to a courting. Capricorn is regularly notably focused on social networking, and you may probably approve of their discriminating approach to choosing a hit and inspiring circle of contacts. This area is also important to you, even though no longer to the same degree. Virgo man and Aquarius man, you're both very intellectual and first-rate communicators, and you'll always have something to mention and debate approximately. The intellectual facet of this dating is in all likelihood to be wonderful, so appropriate that in some ways it is certainly extra applicable to a friendship than a sexual dating inside the long term. Your mental styles are very specific, yet each very effective, and you'll probably come to admire every other's strengths in this vicinity. You're particularly element-oriented, frequently with a high-quality memory, even as your companion is possibly to be a think tank of principles and ideas. This could make a superb partnership of your practicality and your accomplice's imagination. You'll initially love your companion's free and inspirational way of questioning, But as a lover you can begin to want they have been a little extra realistic. You like ordinary while this partner nearly actually does not. You may additionally start to emerge as uncomfortable with how fond your Aquarius is of ignoring guidelines and tradition, perhaps suspecting they secretly just revel in being opposite. Virgo man and Pisces man. Virgo Pisces is a complicated and in some methods cruel healthy. You'll love positive elements of this relationship, and hate masses of others. There won't be quite a few unsightly fights, but there may be a variety of regularly growing frustration. Initially you had been likely drawn for your companion's romantic and worrying nature, while they had been drawn in your intelligence and not unusual experience. They carry the myth. You bring practicality. In many respects you suit every different flawlessly. The downside is that sometimes it seems like you can't begin to apprehend each different. When things are desirable you will sense you have met your soulmate. However, in numerous approaches you are complete opposites. You see a tree and judge it against other trees for symmetry and perfection of shape. Reprimand yourself 20 seconds later for losing time, after which pass lower back to writing that buying list. Meanwhile your Pisces sees a tree, envisions a forest, ponders it as a metaphor for empathy and isolation, and after 2 days of being distracted then becomes saddened by using it. Virgo woman and Aries woman. Virgo Pisces is a complicated and in some methods merciless healthy. You'll love sure aspects of this relationship, and hate plenty of others. There may not be a variety of ugly fights, but there may be a variety of step-by-step growing frustration. Initially you were possibly drawn in your partner's romantic and worrying nature, at the same time as they were drawn for your intelligence and common sense. They carry the delusion. You deliver the practicality. In many respects you healthy every other perfectly. The disadvantage is that every so often it looks like you can't begin to understand each different. When things are precise you may feel you've met your soulmate. However, in numerous ways you're entire opposites. You see a tree and judge it against different timber for symmetry and perfection of form. Reprimand yourself 20 seconds later for wasting time, and then return to writing that purchasing list. Meanwhile your Pisces sees a tree, envisions a woodland, ponders it as a metaphor for empathy and isolation, and after days of being distracted then will become saddened by way of it. Virgo woman and Taurus woman. Both symptoms share many similarities. Virgo, like Taurus, are careful and meticulous people. They have a tendency to be careful, reserved and really conforming. Virgo can depend on Taurus, as Taurus people are domestic, loving, reassuring and dependable. Both signs are sensible and down-to-earth people. Virgo are thrifty whilst Taurus are careful with costs. Both work properly as a group and companion. Virgo woman and Gemini woman. A Gemini lady and Virgo lady have a totally like-minded courting. Both of them are very sensible and emotionless beings. They would like to spend time with each other, considering they have a tendency to proportion many things in common. They would also have interaction in clever and sensible conversations which might preserve them occupied. Both the individuals have plenty of expertise with every different. They additionally have the exhilaration to maintain the connection alive for a long term. Considering these characteristics, a Gemini male and a Virgo female are made for each other. Virgo woman and Cancer woman, often a pair to stand the least regulations. A Cancer woman and a Virgo lady will very hardly ever pick a bone of rivalry amongst themselves. However, if the Virgo female notices the want to step out of matrimony and walk away due to any purpose, she can do so willingly without giving the union any other try. Thus, it's miles constantly beneficial for the Cancer lady to walk round cautiously in the courting and pay more heed to the female she is with. In the occasion that she fails to try this, her courting might fail her. Virgo woman and Leo woman. A Virgo female is witty and is brief to suppose on her FT. Put her in an anxious state of affairs and spot her emerge successful as resultously as a butterfly flies out of its cocoon. A Leo girl and a Virgo female might meet in circumstances where tense situations convey them collectively and the Virgo female rescues her. Though now not necessary, This will be how they get acquainted with each other. This opportunity can also be a time wherein the Leo lady will apprehend the energy and the joys of being in the enterprise of a Virgo lady and may continue to search for such situations to be around her. The dating will stability itself and will provide every character what it desires from the other half. A Leo girl and a Virgo female have the capacity to flourish seamlessly in any surroundings. They could make their relationship work if they installed some effort to triumph over the tough times. Virgo woman and Virgo woman. A Virgo girl and a Virgo female each share similar traits to an extent that the handiest distinction one will be aware in them could be that they're of various genders, and this takes place due to the fact they're both born among August 23rd and September 22nd. Both individuals are realistic in their outlook and are adept at taking prompt selections because of precise calculations. Never the one to take risks. A Virgo individual will use her sharp thoughts to predict her viable destiny and act, hence they are far too formidable and realize exactly what they want out in their lives. Thus, they remain centered and do not permit emotions damage havoc in their lives. Virgo woman and Libra woman. A Virgo woman and a Libra girl will make for a good pair. They will truly have tough patches in their lives, but not anything so most important so as to activate them to move their separate ways. In truth, a Virgo woman enjoys the employer of a Libra woman, and despite the fact that she is a domestic body, she cannot thoughts a bit more socializing along with her partner. Set her recurring and you'll see a Virgo female follow that via each day without complaining. But in case you do this with a Libra lady, be prepared to pure chaos. Virgo woman and Scorpio woman, a classic pair that remains together through thick and skinny. A Virgo woman and a Scorpio lady will stay lifestyles as they deem healthy, without taking approval or recommendations from anyone. They will make their own mistakes and learn from them rather than getting to know from someone else's. Though they may now not spend existence in utter luxurious, they will each be cozy sufficient with each different to existence a satisfied life collectively. The United States and downs that they face will now not weaken their bond but will beef up them from inside to undergo something this is in store for them. Virgo woman and Sagittarius woman. The solar rises within the east and sets in the west, and the handiest common detail in those hemispheres is a solar. Similarly, a Virgo woman and a Sagittarius female have possibly simply one component in common, and that is their love for communication on all different factors. They range from each different in thoughts and moves. Interestingly, in which a relationship has possibilities of failure, a friendship among the two is inevitable. A Virgo girl and a Sagittarius female can emerge as good pals provided they do not meddle with each other and their feelings. Virgo woman and Capricorn woman. To say that a Virgo lady and a Capricorn girl are well matched on all tiers would be true to the volume of the efforts they positioned into their dating. If they move past their limitations of no communications, they can clear up nearly any trouble that comes their way. However, in the event that they cannot, they may in all likelihood fall apart as quickly as they first included. In mattress, the Virgo lady will realize precisely what to do to her Capricorn lady behind closed doors. The two will by no means have a trouble due to the fact they'll recognize every other very well. The relationship will sail easily with the waters so long as they navigate it seamlessly. The day they start pushing it, they will face trouble. Virgo woman and Aquarius woman. A Virgo woman and an Aquarius female may additionally both be extraordinarily difficult to address as people. However, while they arrive together, they are able to either strike a stability and paintings in concord with every other or truly pass their separate ways. It regularly takes place that a Virgo lady and an Aquarius lady walk away without giving every other a risk. However, while that occurs, you recognize there wasn't any scope of their relationship. The individuals will continually conflict on some element of their lives. If they may not argue about the alternate inside the tax machine, They may end up debating approximately the transportation. There will usually be something someone can irritate a Virgo lady and an Aquarius woman, whilst they may be collectively Virgo woman and Pisces woman. This nature of a Pisces female holds the important thing to the Virgo woman and Pisces woman courting. If the two individuals find hobby inside every difference lives, it'll basically be due to the Pisces girls eager to recognize all nature. A Virgo lady will confide in her without inhibitions due to the fact she will be able to experience relaxed and comfy around her. She may not question her movements, however will waft with them, in the end giving her manage over her life. However, a Virgo girl will soon realize what has occurred and could try and fight back to benefit manage. This rash act can also get her negative factors due to the fact by the point she takes motion, she will not be in a function to benefit the upper hand. While there can be plenty of love in this courting to keep it going, there isn't a whole lot practicality here. Though the Virgo woman is full as much as the brim with realistic perspectives, her counterpart, the Pisces female, may be much less than a handful. Her coronary heart will overflow with emotion and could spray a gooey tender love all over her realism. This will truly no longer pass down well together with her and will become a sore bone of rivalry between the two individuals.